Good morning, beautiful humans. Welcome back to GiveBackHack Global. How are we doing? We have
Awesome.
quiet woos. Can we get like a mute off? How are we doing?
Woo! Awesome.
Woo! Right.
Woo!
Awesome. Wow. Well, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Wow, 40 people. I'm so honored that y'all are spending your afternoon with us. And I'm glad that we're all feeling pumped and like the energy from last night is carrying over. That's great. Let's real quick, the team will tell you that I'm notorious for a one-word check-in, where you say one word about how you're feeling. Can we do that in the chat if you have your chat up? Just one word of how you're feeling right now. My one word is hyped. I'm so hyped. Alive, caffeinated, excited, pumped, awake. That's great, Russ. Impactful, yes. Cozy. Ooh, that's one of my favorite words. Love cozy. Excited, stoked, amazing. That's great. Wow, thank you all. Now next question is, ooh, I saw already. That's also a good one. Next question, who has watched the empathy video? Rachel's gonna pop up a poll. I see some hand raises though. Seems like quite a few people. That's good. Wow, you all did your homework. I'm so proud. A+ for all of you. Don't worry, it's not going away. So if you haven't, you'll still have the opportunity to. Rachel, when do we get the results? I don't even know that part of how this works.
As soon as they end it, you'll be able to see it. But there are two. There's a video. So if you want to grab that link.
Oh, yeah. If you are confused that there is a video, you should know that that's there because it's key to one of the 4 judging criteria, and it'll help you out a lot. But we will debrief it here for a little bit. So the goal of this session today really is just to talk a little bit more about the things that you learned about in the video, about empathy, about talking to your stakeholders, to ask questions about judging criteria and those things, and then to go off out into the world and start validating things, because that's the most important first step. We have ideas that we're really excited about, but if other people aren't excited about them, it might not be worth our time to build them. So starting with asking people, talking to them about their experiences is definitely going to be your key to success here. So 77% of you, wow, watched the video. Good job, guys. I'm super proud. All right. Yes. So this is the second pop quiz question. What was one of your takeaways from the video? What was one thing that you learned from the video that you're going to apply to your project? I promise not to teacher you too much, but I know you had to have learned something, hopefully. Let's see them in chat. Embrace the pivot. Yes. Yes, KK. Yes. I'm so glad that you said that. Embrace the pivot 100%. It's about them, not you. Also amazing, and learn as much as possible. Yeah, these are great takeaways. We'll circle back to embracing the pivot because that's a great point. But there's definitely a lot of good content in the video and in the chat. Y'all are great students. I'm so proud. So like I said, validation is the key to this entire week. It's only 1 out of 4 of the judging criteria, and all the judging criteria are weighted equally, but it's the one that has to chronologically come first. You can't build a thing if you don't know what you should be building yet. And so if you do not start early, aka now, you're gonna be behind. So this week is flexible and go at your own pace, depending on how all of your lives are shaping differently. But the thing that you should start first and start ASAP is validation. Validating before we build is really important. And I know that it's hard to accept that we're making a lot of assumptions about our ideas and our issues, but that's really what this is about. So the things that we're validating are not only our ideas, but the topics at hand. So talking to people, your stakeholders are those who are impacted by the issue at hand, and also those who might be benefiting from the solution. Those could be different for you. So go talk to them. That's our mission of today, is is going out and talking to our stakeholders. How are some ways that we can talk to our stakeholders? Anyone want to shout those out? What are some ways we can find them, or how do we talk to them? No one? Pools. I think that might mean polls, but yes. Yes.
Interviews, open-ended questions.
Interviews, yep. Surveys, yep. SurveyMonkey, yep. There's lots of tools that Rachel has assembled for you to use surveys, but also on the qualitative side of things, interviews and talking to people. It's a little bit harder to find someone on the street these days. I don't know. Pounding the pavement is true though, Elliot. This is true. I think it might be harder to find people if you literally go out on the streets and try to flag someone down to talk to you. But taking that mentality to who can I get my hands on to talk to right now? So say your idea is related to teachers. You might want to talk to teachers about their experiences. Maybe it's related to some other issue. Getting people on the phone and asking them questions and learning about their experiences will be key for you this morning, afternoon, and through the next week. So what I want to do with the rest of our time, I know that I've only taken a few minutes here, but I want, if there are teams present, I'd love for you to do share outs. So share your team name, if you know who your users are and who you're validating, and if you have any asks for the community. So something really important about GiveBackHack is that we're all here and we're all forging through this week together towards this endpoint of next Saturday, but it's not a competition. There are a finite number of resources available, but we're here to support each other, right? Like we all talked about last night, that we're here to make an impact and get out there and just make 2020 a better year, make the world a better place. And so that comes with supporting everyone in this room and everyone in the Slack community. So a big part of these huddles and workshops will be community asks, being able to say, hey, like I need to talk to people who have this sort of training or this sort of profession or this sort of experience, so that other people in the community can say, hey, I know those people, let's connect in Slack and I will get you hooked up so that you can send them a survey or talk to them, etc. Does that sound good, everyone? See some thumbs ups? Yes, sweet, amazing. Cool. So I'm going to ask for just anyone who wants to step up and go first. Again, team name, who are your users? Who are you trying to validate with? And do you have any asks yet? I know I didn't tell you to come prepared for this, so it's okay if you don't. But if you do, we'd love to hear them. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Yes, Janet.
Get it over with. Hello, everybody. My name is Janet Glover-Kurtfleet, and I'm heading up the GiveBackHack project. And this is a project that is designed to help unemployed people, both long-term unemployed and people who have been laid off because of COVID, to get back to work as quickly as possible, so they don't wind up in that long-term unemployed category where they're struggling after 6 months to find work. So the members of my team are Ash, David, Maya, and Sharon. So I'm thrilled to have a team. I was not expecting that, so I'm really excited about that. And so we want to talk. So one of the sort of signature products of GiveBackHack is a 12-week intensive outplacement program called Teamworks. So we would like to talk to, and the point of having this outplacement program is that it's less expensive than your typical outplacement program that probably employers who are downsizing can't really afford, particularly small to medium-sized businesses. So we're looking to talk to both employers who may have downsized people, or to ask them about what would they do if they had to downsize people, would they provide outplacement services, stuff like that. And also we'd like to talk to people who are affected by the COVID layoffs or any layoff that has happened in their lives. Could be any time. Thanks. Sorry.
Amazing. Yes. So we'll applaud for Janet. So it sounds like Janet is looking for people who are employers and people who have been laid off because of COVID this year. Janet, what you're going to do with that ask is you're going to put it in Slack as well, so that people can connect directly with you. Because I know someone who's been laid off this year, and I also know employers. So happy to get you hooked up. Who is next? I'm gonna start calling on people. That'll be fun.
I'll go for
Yes.
let teachers teach.
Yep. In review really quickly, team name, who are your users, what do you need? Floor is yours.
Okay, so let teachers teach. Owen, who is the one who pitched the project, has another commitment, so I'll just represent us today. We are open to other things, but our suspicion is that maybe IEPs and other assistive programs that students have to have their teachers fill out mounds of paperwork for, along with the parents, you know, to accommodate special learning needs, where the suspicion, the hypothesis is that teachers are bogged down by the paperwork, it gets unruly or out of date, and it's preventing them from doing the more rewarding and valuable parts of their teaching. And some of these things could be automated, possibly with the use of AI. So, but I think in general, we're going to be very open in our validation process, and just, I personally am going to contact the teachers I know and say, our project is let teachers teach. What are the 3 major impediments preventing you from teaching right now? And then go from there.
That's amazing. Let's clap for Let Teachers Teach and Veronica. I will say there's a lot of things I loved about that. One of the things I loved about that is you started with, we are open to other things. And that is the exact mindset that all of you should be in right now. I know I talked to Owen before he submitted his idea, and I think his mother's a teacher. That's how he thought of this idea. So he already has like one first person.
And I'm a former teacher.
And Veronica is also a former teacher, which is amazing. And even though they have that much expertise on their team, they're still open to the idea that maybe this isn't the right solution. We need to learn a lot more first. I also love to use the word hypothesis, because that is what we're doing. We're testing, we're making assumptions, and we're figuring it out. That's awesome. Sweet. Who wants to go next? Yes, go for it.
So I am Yara Tamaki with the Cloud Project, and I have my team. I'm blessed to have an awesome team with me. They know themselves. So we are testing whether there's the need for, or if people would want a place where they can go to access material from which they can learn about different cultures. So we're trying to ask these questions to Black parents and educators. So these are the 2 people we want to at least focus with. I have already a survey that I created a couple months ago, which goes about how, whether or not it's easy for them to find this kind of material, and would they be interested in finding this kind of material? Would they be interested in learning about different cultures? So my team and I, or even everyone, can tap in to help adapt it to meet the needs. But we really would like to reach out to Black parents and educators for this.
That was amazing, Yara. What I'm hearing from you is that you need Black parents and educators to talk to. Let me clarify, all educators or specifically Black educators?
Educators can be both, just because a lot of educators too, you know, you don't always have Black teachers teaching Black kids.
Yep.
So that is important to see if they also see that need. The survey definitely does ask the demographic, so it will also give us a gauging point for that.
Okay. Awesome. Amazing. All right, who's next?
I'd love to go.
Yes, all you.
So the Ace for Impact would love to speak with other social enterprises who collect data to share about their mission and their purpose and their impact in the world.
Sweet. All right. Thank you, Eric. Short and sweet, but very specific. Anyone who knows someone who runs a social enterprise? Yep. Same. There's a lot of them on this call, so we will get you connected. And as a reminder for everyone, make sure you drop your asks in Slack as well. It seems like lots of people are populating chat. Keep doing that. So make sure we don't lose them. So make sure they find their way so people can help you. All right. Who's next?
I'm Masareka from Uganda. Yes, can you hear me all?
Yes.
Yeah. As you all know, that we operate a medical clinic in Uganda, and we happen to have learned that we learned that many people come to our health unit with minor problems that can be solved by the local people. So we are like, now, if these people access this information, if these people access right healthcare information, they will stop coming to clinics and hospitals. So we are like, healthcare is the solution to this. So I'm looking for those with expertise in healthcare. I'm also looking for graphic designers to join me up. I'm looking for guys with good fundraising techniques who can help us fundraise for our idea that is developed. We shall also need well-wishers, doctors, social workers, nutritionalists, and doctors to join me up, and then we have my idea implemented. Because there is a saying, there is a saying here that if a child with malnutrition is taken to hospital, he will be injected and dies away. So we are like, if we train mentors to go to the local person, these people are going to explain the knowledge we mentored with them, and they will be able to understand and start bringing their children to hospital. So join me up, anyone willing. I'm not looking at being in a league. You can be a social worker, you can be a networker, you can be a web developer, you can be a social worker. Please join me on board and have this implemented. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I know, Mazurika, you're also helping out Yara on her team as well, right? But if he said there's a lot of things that can be helpful to him, and we're here for community. So like everyone else, I heard healthcare workers, graphic designers, fundraisers, social workers. If you know anyone that you can get Mazurika connected with, hit him up on Slack and we will get the community rolling. Who's next?
Yes, I can go.
Yes, Michelle.
I'm finally a hero. And I guess I'm already producing films. We just started doing that, but I talked to the team and I'm trying to get a channel just for survivors to go on, because in this day and time, and I think COVID has proven this, it's not easy for a survivor to go out. And as a survivor, it's easier for them to get on to like a website or a YouTube channel. So I'm here to get a team together, and I talked to my team, and I guess I'm out of my comfort zone here. I'm not a public speaker in any way whatsoever, but I guess I'm looking for a website and some way to get the traction to the people. And I guess we would have, sorry, I was on mute.
You're good.
I've always done that. So let me just tell you, I'm out of my comfort zone right now. I just want to, my thing is, my subject is, or my title is Finally a Hero. I started producing films less than a year ago, and I'm trying to make a channel for survivors of domestic violence to go there and to help them empower, because it can take 10 to 20 years for a survivor to get back on their feet. So the team the reason why I'm here is I'm trying to get a team to help me set up like a website where they can come and not be judged, because a lot of survivors and victims are judged harshly in the community. And this would be an opportunity for them to get some kind of empowerment within the home and not be judged so hard, judged. So I guess I'm looking for somebody that's went through domestic violence and see where the gap needs to be done. Like where do they go to get their research? Where would they go? Do they go to Facebook? Do they go to Instagram? Do they, where do they go to find out information to pivot forward? That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, those sound like some really good. Yeah, first let's applaud for Michelle for sure. Also, Michelle, you're doing great. You said you're out of your comfort zone, but I would have never known because you're doing awesome. But I think like you have some really good starts of questions that you need to answer to know how to move forward. So what I heard from you is that you're looking for survivors to talk to them about the places that they go first for resources or community or those things. Got it. So if you know survivors or are able to spread the word, I actually, Michelle, you definitely have more expertise than this in me, but I know I have a few friends that work in the area that they normally just like put surveys out on Facebook to see who might respond, because you never know who might actually be a survivor. So it seems like maybe all of us might be able to help once you have a survey, just by trying to spread the word. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. All right, who's next?
I can go next.
Yes, Elliot.
Hi, everybody. Our team is Phoenix Enterprises. We are safety and security consultancy here in Columbus, Ohio. I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone as well, but I think I understand this ask a little bit. We have our users are tech people, healthcare workers, public service workers, and people who have had negative experiences or interactions in the public sector, whether it be law enforcement, fire department, EMS. We need two sets of people. We're looking for two sets of people. One, we need to talk to queer people and people of other minority groups to talk about their experience with law enforcement and medical staff and address those issues. That way we can develop a culturally competent training curriculum. Our second group of people are going to be tech people. We need to understand what the industry can support and how we can take what we've learned from our first group and turn it into a digital solution.
That was awesome. What Elliot told me is that Phoenix Enterprises is looking to talk to queer folks and other minorities of sorts about their experiences so they can develop curriculum based off that. And they're also looking for tech people, which is great to be feasibility studying. That's if you are jumping ahead into our prototyping, that'll be really important for you to know what you can and can't do. So that's super great feedback to be getting. Good job, friends. Who's left? Who's next?
I can go.
All you, Sam.
Hi, so my name is Samuel. I'm working with KK, Gambit, and Jude on the Goodbye team. We're just looking for opportunities to talk with folks who have experience making or have experience trying to making end-of-life plans either for themselves or their loved ones. So pretty much anyone who has had any relationship with trying to figure out what comes at the end of their lives.
All right, that I feel like is not an easy ask. It's hard to get people to talk about a hard subject, but as Samuel tells us and makes it so much easier to talk about, it's something that we all have to think about eventually. So it sounds like he's someone that we can definitely all help with sending out a survey. So Samuel, we'll put that in the Slack, right? Amazing, cool. All right, who's next?
All right, I can go.
Yes.
This makes me nervous because this is a lot of people, but
you got this.
Hi, I'm Julia. Pay It Forward is our team. So our team is essentially, we provide a list of resources to people who are looking to commit to more environmentally friendly actions and commitments, while also making sure that we're contributing to including every single environment, so intersectional environmentalism essentially, and kind of combating environmental racism. So people that we are looking for, users to be involved, people who want to take the first step to creating more environmentally friendly and conscious decisions, but don't know where to begin, as well as people who've already started who want to do more, because it's kind of a very addicting process. Once you start, you can't stop with it. And then on a larger scale, eventually businesses who want to engage their employees and take this on as a community as well.
All right, I love the idea of becoming environmentally friendly being addicting. I love that idea in general. That's amazing, and I know lots of people you can talk to, so make sure you put in Slack and I'll get you connected.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think we have a handful of people up, but not too many. Who hasn't gone yet?
Matt from the Remote Hugs team.
Yeah.
Okay, here yesterday. I wasn't able to attend, but I'm part of the Remote Hugs team, which has developed an app to help the youth shelter staff show affection to the homeless youth, because COVID, we can no longer give a hug. So I wanted to share with everyone the app itself, and how easy it is to use. You simply type your name in here one time, and then you can click send a hug, and I'll send it to someone on my team right now who's on this call, Matthew Moore. So he's in my contacts. I just type his name. Comes up a text message. Says your hug is on its way. I don't know if you can see that.
Got it. And now I'm going to give myself a hug, and essentially I feel a heart vibration as I hold it to my chest, and I give myself a self hug.
That is amazing.
And since we're on the same call, I can do it. We can do it simultaneously. So I put my phone up to my chest, and it will also vibrate like a heartbeat.
I love that we got to see that happen in real life. That made my heart so happy. What I do need from you guys, though, is who are you users and what do you need from us? And also, everyone should download the app that is live, but you all are focusing on the VR portion potentially this week, right?
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Yes, well, yeah, some type of XR, VR, AR, XR.
But you're open to it, which is great.
Right. We're open. So, right now it has what we programmed in as what we thought a generic heartbeat would feel like. But is there a way to send your own heartbeat, like link your own heartbeat to the hug that you send, as an example? And our focus, obviously, at the beginning was the homeless.
Okay.
In general, the caregivers. So we're looking for people who are interested in homelessness and the emotional needs of the homeless. And we met our team. I understand our team met Phil and Christine, who are on this call right now, and have a potential to work with them to address a specific problem.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what you need from us is connections to more people who care about the emotional needs of homeless people experiencing homelessness. Yes, I'm seeing nods.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
I would say, well, actually, I would just briefly add that we're looking for people that are interested in helping the homeless, but also people that would help us craft that technology to address the situation.
Okay, awesome.
Marketing.
All right, I know we're missing 119 and maybe one more.
Just 119, I think. And I think Jen's on the call.
I saw Jen. Jen, are you here? Or Anders or anyone from 119?
Yeah, I see Jen. I can unmute you, Jen. Maybe.
I'm gonna message. Gotcha. Jen said that she can't right now. Jason, are you on the call? Do you have any asks? It's okay if not. We have Slack for a reason.
I'm here, but we didn't get too far into our discussions last night, so I'm not sure what exactly Jen needs.
That's okay.
Other than like some tech stuff. They mentioned prototyping on the client side.
Cool.
So I do know that for sure, but
cool.
I don't know anything else.
That's all right. We can get a more specific ask in Slack as you all continue your conversations and figure it out. And we can make sure we rally around to support you. And also we'll have, if you want to send asks ahead of this evening's huddle, we'll have more opportunities to pull people in. So a round of applause for everyone. I don't know. I've been through a few GiveBack hacks, and I don't know if I've ever seen this many people feeling this good about who their users are this early in the morning on Saturday. So this is amazing, and props to all of you for the conversations you've had so far, and all the honestly, the mindset is what baffles and makes me proud the most is that you all seem so open to all this feedback you need to get. But what I don't want to do is keep you from that progress and validation. But I just want to give you a few more guidelines before I let you go back out into the universe to keep working with your team. So we are huddling this evening at 6 p.m. And what goals you should set before then are, one, to go start validating. So start having interviews and talking to as many people as you can. Use Slack to source them, use your own networks. A lot of people in this community might even qualify for your user bases, depending on what they are. So hopefully you have between 1 and 5 interviews done by tonight, if you can. And also start validating via surveys and whatever other methods, sorry, I cannot talk this morning, whatever other methods you may be using, so that you can start to get little bits of information in. And if you have things coming back in, we'll talk about it tonight and what you've been learning and where we can go from then. Because like KK mentioned earlier, we learn all this information, but we don't just take it in for fun. We use it to make decisions. So it might be time to pivot in the next few days if your users are telling you things that you didn't assume previously. So that is your task. Those are the things that you have to go do. One thing that we also want to do is point you to your resource guides. Rachel, do you have them on deck? Yes, amazing. So raise your hand if you've seen this document. A few people, but not everyone. Okay, so this is going to be super helpful for you. I think it's like a 9-page PDF, but these 3 pages that you're seeing here are the most important ones. So the one that says focus and is teal, that has a breakdown of your judging criteria, and at the bottom has the judging criteria document and the judging criteria video for you to be able to watch. The next one to the right has all your session details. So it has mapped out like Saturday morning, Saturday night, what you need to do for them, what it's about, where the video is. And the bottom page is your very, very last page. And it has all the links in the document all in one area. So it has all the videos, all the judging criteria, all of the resources in one place. And you'll see I have an arrow coming out from the GiveBackHack recommended teamwork and rapid prototyping tools document. This will show you how to use Slack calls, how to different survey platforms, and lots of other things that will be useful to you and your team. It's a lot of information, so don't feel like you have to go through every single link. It's really just our favorite tools and resources that are available for you for free. So let's honestly give a round of applause to Rachel for compiling all of these tools for you all to make your lives so much easier. I'm going to stick around for questions, but ready, set, go, validate. Have a great Saturday, guys.